Now, here's another point to, that I want you to be aware of too. Just because it says LED, it doesn't mean you're going to get the bright white light all the time. See how bright white this is? Look at that. I love that. I love that. And I like that there. See, it just gives you a different type of light. If you look at that light, it's different than this. See, this gives you more of a yellow. This is an LED bulb too, but it's not a bright white one. It's a cool white, and the cool white or warm white, whichever, will make it look more like an incandescent light, kind of a yellowish light. And I was kind of hoping this new one was going to be this bright white. I don't think it is. I think it's got a slight yellow to it. Well, that's okay, I don't mind that. See there? Look at that. See how that light just looks a little bit yellower, and they might have done that for a reason, because it's going into the bathroom. I have no idea. I really don't, but it's gonna look fine in this bathroom. But see, I couldn't take that light fixture and install it somewhere out on this wall next to these other lights. Let's say if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to take that one and I'm putting up, and I wanted it right there along with this one here, okay? Well, when you turn it on, that one over there, which would be that one, is more yellow, isn't it? And then this LED here, it would be white. I didn't even know they could do that. I'm a little miffed with that. So, you know, when you go to the store, and when we were at the store, they had a display with all kinds of light fixtures, and I could have swore that these on the display were lighter, bright white on there, and I didn't wire it up any differently or anything like that, and I might have missed that. So when you're at the store getting LEDs, you want to check that out, see what type of LED light you're going to get, because I mean, maybe you want that nice soft white out here, and you install this kind and it's brighter. Well, lots of times like these, they were on a wall, and I could see those at the Home Depot when I picked them out, so I knew what color it was. I just wasn't sure if they could dim, and they do. And then this other style, this dims too. See, but isn't that funny? You look at this light here, okay? This is kind of yellow. We go downstairs. I don't know if you saw that last little bit. Well, I got some single light fixtures that I installed down here, and they look pretty close to that, but we had to get these like this in here, and you know, I'm not sure. This might be kind of yellowy too. It might just be. These are not as bright white as those others. Isn't that odd? I like these. I'm fine with this. But see, it's got a slight discoloration, glow yellowish than the ones out in the hallway and stuff. So wow, I just learned something, and I hope you're watching this little segment because hopefully you'll learn something too. Is there two different colors on those LED light fixtures when you get them? Yes. And see, most of the LEDs nowadays, you don't have any bulbs to replace. You just have different things inside. And generally when you look on here, you'll see somewhere, see here, dimmable LEDs, no bulbs to replace. And you look on there, then you look at other light fixtures, and maybe they require certain light bulbs, and you make the assumption, oh, okay, the light bulbs are in there, and then you come home to install it, and son of a gun, the clear light bulbs that you actually need for that particular light fixture do not come with it, so off to the store you go again. There's sometimes light fixtures come with the bulbs, sometimes they don't, and on most LEDs that I've seen so far, they're this type of LED style. They have a little thing in there where you don't need actual bulbs. This has a big square thing on the inside that flashes out, and that gets replaced years down the road. If you can even outlive an LED, I have no idea if you can or not. These might last for another 20 some odd years before they burn out. But hey, if they burn out 3 or 4 years from now for as an accident or a short or something happens, and you've got one, if you've got your little booklet, and you can call the number, and you should be able to order whatever you want. All right, let's get these put together. Well, that's kind of cool. I'll show you how to load up a couple of these in a minute, but you have all these big, huge crystal bits that fit inside of here, and then you put the end back on there, and then you put it up. And they tell you to keep this on, that way it doesn't get your grubby, oily fingers on your glass. Then you've got to clean those off. As it is, I've got a couple fingerprints up there, but I'm going to show you. I just put one up there, and that's what it looks like. I don't know if it does it justice up in here until I get them all in there. And remember, they said to take the paper off on the bottom, and then they're sticky on there, so when you put this down, this will stick up there. But the only thing with that is, when you get it on there, no matter how you do it, these are going to be in different positions, see? And then you can take this and you can turn it whatever direction that it kind of looks good to you down below. And I thought I kind of liked it kind of like that. Okay? And once I get the other ones up there, I can flip those around and stuff. And see, whenever you get something shiny like this, see how my fingerprint's on there? That's just from putting that up. So I'm gonna have to wipe that down before I put any more of these up. In fact, I could lift this back up. These won't come out because that end is a cap. Okay, and then I can wipe off all that. See, I got another fingerprint there. Even, I don't care how clean your fingers are. When you put it on something like that, it's gonna show. So I've got a little rag and I'll clean all that stuff off. Because when you get done, I want it to look nice and professional. I don't want it to look all grubby and, oh yeah, doesn't it look good? Good, VideoJoe put that up. And then they look at it and they say, yeah, that looks like crap. There's fingerprints all over the place. These don't line up. Some of them don't look like they were stacked properly. And this thing's crooked. I don't want him doing any work for me. Forget that. That's not going to be on my watch or your watch either. You know, keep watching, and I'll show you how it's done. And see, when you stack these in there, there's no way to get them perfect. They give you 3 big ones and 4 small ones. No matter how you get it, when you put that on there, when you tip it up and stuff, they're going to move around. No ifs, ands, or buts. And the thing with that is they're supposed to look kind of random. Okay? And so we'll get down here and get one of these hooked up for you and installed for you. I'm gonna leave this one in the bag. Be careful with that. Leave it over there. And you know, when you look at this, it tells you how to do it step by step. That's if you were reading the directions. See, it tells you to put a big one, then a small one, and then turn the glass a little bit. Put a big one in, then a small one. Turn the glass, fit that in there, big, small, and then the very last one you put backwards from all the other little ones to get it kind of facing the other direction. And then you put the cap on the end. See? Then it's all fits in there. Okay? You'll see. Keep watching and I'll show you how it's done. Let's do it. See, at first, before I do this, that's funny too. I didn't know all these crystals were going to be in there. I mean, look at all the little bags I had to undo so far. All I saw was a picture. See, I actually thought at first all this colored stuff was etched on the glass or something. I didn't know. Now see, when they have them in there, you see they're not all angled the exact same position, because once you put them up in there, they drop back down and then they just reflect however you put them in. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now. And hey, if I can do this, you can do it. Okay. I've already checked all these. Before I get that out, see, they give you a little bag with all the crystals in it. Four of these bags. Good grief! No wonder the light fixture was so heavy. And that's the other thing. Once you get it installed up there, if your plastic cut-in box is not installed snug, you can see how much weight is up there with all this stuff. Okay. And if you need to use those other mounting brackets, hey, go for it. Okay. I got them in the little bubble wrap. And then in paper, like crepe paper. You know? Tissue paper, like for Christmas presents. Okay, there should be three big ones in this bag. See? Three big ones and three small ones. That's kind of slick. See there? That's what you're going to have. That's how we're going to put this thing together. And I read the directions because I wanted to make sure I didn't do anything wrong, you know? Okay, so I'm going to leave this plastic on there. And the tricky part is to get this base off, because the little base has a little rubber gasket around it, and you've got to hold your mouth just right, get your fingernails in there, and pull it off. Because I was afraid, man, if I can't get this off, I hope I don't break the glass. See there's a little rubber gasket on there, and that fits on in there. And there's no hole here. Some light fixtures are different than others. My other ones had a hole there, and you just took this whole thing and dropped it down. This one's not the same. So I put that back on there, snap it, that holds everything, and then that goes down into the base. Okay, so I got that off. And then it says to lay it flat. This is there's no hole up here or anything. And they say don't drop them down there like that. You could crack the glass or something. So first off, I want to make sure I got the three big ones, four small ones over here. Put a big one in, and just read the directions. You know, I got those facing with the point coming that direction. The base, round bit going in. And see, now I'm just gonna twist this a little bit and put this one in. That. And kind of get this one in. Now I don't have to turn it again because those are all gonna fall. So I can just put this one on top of all that, push it in there, because it's basically doing the same thing, right? Because if I twist this again, everything's gonna slide around. Put that one, that big one in there, all the way. The small one in. Hold it there. Now I'm going to take the last small one and put the tip facing the other direction. And that's just what it says to do. And then put the cap back on. Get this plastic out of my way. That cap on there like that. Okay? And it has a little plastic in there if you want to peel that bottom off, but I'm not going to peel that bottom off. Basically because I'm going to pull this part later to repaint the whole bathroom. I'm going to take this whole thing down, and if I take this paper bit off and leave it, I'm just cutting some of that off so it doesn't show, but I'm leaving enough in case I ever want to peel this thing off and tape it right down. it'll tape that down. And it's going to make it more difficult to take these out later. You know what I mean? And so I don't think I really want to do that. I think I want to just leave them in there loose. They'll sit up there by themselves fine. Make sure you keep this out of the way when you put this on so that this doesn't get hooked in there somehow. Okay, so that one is all ready to go. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm sure you know how to do it now. Okay, I'm just going to get my fingers in there and pop that off. You don't want to force it. Wouldn't that be something if I broke this last bit? Let's kind of work it. Because if this were to break, I'd have to take the whole thing back, wouldn't I? Good grief. I don't want to take a putty knife or anything in there because I could chip it or crack the glass. I'm just still moving it around. Okay, there. Now I can grab it from both sides and kind of wiggle it. Oh, man, that was tough because, I've been sitting on the shelf for who knows how long. This little plastic sleeve in here gets sticky, and that sticks on the glass. That's what was causing it to come up kind of hard. So where's my tin snips? I had them here. Oh, here they are. So this little plastic tab, I'm just going to cut off. It's just to help you peel this off. I don't know why they did those, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave that on. When I set it down, it's not going to. Nobody's ever going to see it because it's going to be down underneath that bottom ridge. Okay. So I can keep that there, and I'm just going to do the same thing as I just did. If you're still watching, thanks, because I'm sure you want to see what it's going to look like up and all that good stuff. And of course, all light fixtures are not installed the same way as this one. I've never had these little crystals like this. I think it's kind of unique. I got this at Home Depot. What was it called? The Home Decorators Collection. LED vanity. See, when they say vanity, that means bathroom. Home Decorators Collection LED vanity fixture. And it just says with clear crystal shades. I didn't even know it had individual little crystal things in there, I call them. Okay. So I had to be careful. I thought, knowing my luck, as I walk over there, I'm going to step on one of these plastic bags and break one of these. I should. You got to be real aware of these things, where you set them and stuff. But my very first thing on this project was to pull this out and make sure these glass weren't broken, because one of the other light fixtures I was going to install in place of this one, very same fixture except shorter. Of course, one of the glass things all wrapped up nice and tight. Of course, it was broken. I had to box it all back up, take it back, get another one. Luckily, these were all nice. You just have to be careful with stuff too. And it wasn't me, it was right inside the middle of the box, and it was all wrapped up nice and tight with this foam stuff on the outside of it, and plastic bubble wrap around it. Okay, 3 big ones, 4 small ones. Get the big one, and there with the big round area, the crystal. Going in first, then the small one. See, I've got these separated and I'm still almost, well, thinking about it. I could put 2 small ones and then, or 2 big ones in at the same time. You don't really want to do that. Would it matter? Probably not. They're just giving you an idea of how to place these so that it looks, they all look about the same when you get it installed. You know, none of them are going to look the same. Trust me. Not one. That one is upside down. At the end. Put that in there. Put the cap back on. Make sure the cap's pushed on there tight. Make sure it doesn't get tight with the paper, with the bubble wrap. And those are all ready to go. Good grief. Okay. Now, to take them up there and get them placed exactly where I want them.